Right, we're doing question number 5. The question number 5 is about shapes of molecules. Okay, so in this question, there's 6 marks, and it says discuss the difference between the shapes of CF4 and XeF4. In your answer, you should name the shape of each molecule, explain the shape of each molecule, and explain the bond angles in each molecule. So if you take one molecule at a time, you say CF4, you got the shape drawn in here, which is tetrahedral shape. So there's 4 bonding pairs of electrons and no lone pairs. Electron pairs repel each other as far apart as possible, so the bond angle is 109.5. So the next one here is XeF4. This is the shape, okay? The shape is square planar. 4 bonding pairs of electrons and 2 lone pairs around the central atom. Lone pairs repel more than the bonding pairs of electrons, so bond angle is 90, so that's the 90 here. And lone pairs repel as far apart as possible, so lone pairs are opposite to each other, which is 180 apart, 180 degrees apart. This one's here. Okay? Right, let's move on to question number... I'll stop there here. We're going to talk about halogens and halide ions. So this question is number 6 from the same paper. 2023 AS Chemistry, paper 1. Explain why electronegativity of halogens decreases down the group. There's 2 marks. It says as you go down the group, there are more shells, more shielding, so weaker attraction between the nucleus and the bonding pair of electrons. Concentrated sulfuric acid reacts with solid sodium chloride and with sodium bromide. You need to know all those reactions of sulfuric acid. So it says a state one similarity and one difference between these reactions. They both undergo acid-base reaction, and the difference is bromide undergoes a redox reaction where sodium chloride does not. Okay, so the first sodium and fluorine don't undergo acid-base, the other 2 does. And you need to know those reactions in detail. Solid sodium iodide reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to form hydrogen sulfide. Give a half equation to show oxidation of iodide ions. First thing you've got to do. Give half equation to show reduction of concentrated sulfuric acid to hydrogen sulfide. Use half equations to deduce the overall and an overall equation for this reaction. So there's 3 things you need to do. So half equation for oxidation of iodide ions. If you don't know how to do this, just use iodide, which is I minus, goes to iodine. And then you balance it by putting 2 there, because iodine is a pair of 2 plus 2 electrons. So that's an oxidation reaction. Then it says half equation for reduction of concentrated sulfuric acid. So you put sulfuric acid to hydrogen sulfide. So that's the 2 bits of information you know. So now you can make up to the rest. So you know you balance the oxygens by adding 4 waters. Then you balance the hydrogens by adding all the hydrogens together. So you got 8 plus 2, 10. So you add 8 here because there's 2 there. And then you balance the charges, which makes it into neutral here and neutral here. So when you add them together, remember there's 2 here, 2 electrons here, and there's 8 electrons. So multiply all these by 4, and then you got 8 there. So by multiplying this by 4, you end up with H2SO4. So you add all the reactant, all these side together and all the other side together. So you got H2SO4 stays the same, plus 8H plus stays the same. Then you got 8, we multiply this by 4, 8I goes to H4I2, because you multiply that by 4, H2S, and plus 4 water stays the same. Okay, I hope it makes sense and you understand that bit. So question 7. This question is about time of flight, mass spectrometry. So you need to read the question, get all the information in your question, and then apply for these 2 equations. Sometimes they don't give you this equation, which you need to know. Okay? So compound X is dissolved in a polar volatile solvent and is ionized by electron spray ionization. Each ion accelerates so that it has a kinetic energy of 1.36 times 10 to the minus 16. The kinetic energy of an ion is given by equation. This is your equation. Then you have all this information here. So the time of flight is 0.75 in a meters flight tube, and is for this time. Okay? And then determine the mass in grams of 1 mole of X. I've got the constant is this one here. So you start by doing 0.22 formulas. You have to start by doing this to work out V, because we don't have V. Sorry if you hear dogs behind, because I've got quite a few dogs around. And now my stuffy is barking. Stop, Coco. Right, so you work out V, okay, which is speed in meters per second. So you got meters in second there. So you work out, this is the speed that you're working out. So I've got to carry on because I have dogs making noise, so I had to stop. So we're going to carry on. So you get to this value for V. So then you have to rearrange your formula to find M, okay, the mass. Then you will give you that value in kilograms, because the mass there is in kilograms. But they want into grams, so you multiply by 1,000, and then it gives you into grams. So the mass of 1 mole here is going to be the value of grams times Avogadro's constant. That gives you 179.1 grams, minus 1, which is 178.1 for H plus iron, because you lose 1, okay? So the value of 1 mole of X is 178.1. I hope you understood that bit and it was easy to follow. Right, 7.2, a mixture of gas analyzed by time of flight mass spectrometry. The mixture contains argon, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen. The mixture is ionized by electron impact. So this is the knowledge you need to have. So you have to learn all this stuff. State the meaning of the term electron impact ionization is high energy electrons from an electron gun are used to knock out an electron from each molecule of atom. Identify the ion form for this mixture that reaches the detector last, so not first, last. Justify your answer. Is going to be carbon dioxide. Because it has the highest mass charge ratio, so it travels the slowest, okay? So it is heaviest. State how the ions are detected and how the abundance of each ion is measured in TOF mass spectrometry. How ions are detected: one ion hits the detector and each ion gains an electron generating a current. How abundance is measured: abundance is proportional to the size of the current. So this is just knowledge you have to learn from your you just have to learn it and know it.